Welcome back to another episode of the Very Serious Business Podcast. The show that explores the old ways of making money are the only ways. Today, we'll speak with Humperdinck Elderman, a man whose motto is, if you're happy in your field of work, then you're obviously not working hard enough.
Hold up. Humperdinck? Seriously? I don't think so. Welcome to 2018, people, the year where we strive to thrive each and every day. And don't use words like Humperdinck. Want to know how you can get started? You need to listen to the amazing episodes that Thrive Loud with Lou Diamond has to offer. Want to jumpstart your business? Thrive Loud. Looking to be inspired? Thrive Loud. Want to work smart and not hard? Thrive Loud. Drop kick the old stuffy way of doing things and get out there and change the world. Listen to Lou Diamond as he brings you the smartest leaders and most dynamic guests with the most energizing messages. Listen to Thrive Loud and you and your business will start thriving too.
Get ready to Thrive Loud with Lou Diamond.
Hey, Thrive Loud fans, Lou Diamond here. Get ready for a really fun interview with Abby Lou Walker. My apologies on the sound quality on my end of this particular recording. I had to record Abby from a hotel room while I was traveling on the road. It was the only time that coordinated with our schedules. So it's not as good as it normally is on our show. So you'll enjoy it, though. She sounds great. The conversation's awesome. It's a lot of fun. And sit back, listen to Abby Lou Walker on Thrive Loud.
Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Thrive Loud with Lou Diamond, connecting you to the most inspiring and amazing people that are thriving each and every day. I'm your host, Lou Diamond, and today on Thrive Loud, we have an entrepreneur, author, innovator, and a fan of the color red, bubbly beverages, and all things chocolate. She is the CEO and founder of Vivian Lou Inc, a single product company with multi-million-dollar annual sales dedicated to helping women look and feel better in high heels. She's written the book, Strap On a Pair, which I can't not smile and laugh through every time I say it, to inspire fellow middle-aged, middle management, middle-class moms to take the first step or the next step toward finding their something more. Thrive Loud listeners, we're going to have an awesome, amazing, great time, while I'm sure laughing all the way, with Abby Walker. Abby, how are you today?
Excellent. Thank you so much for having me on.
Well, it is truly a pleasure, and I'm a big fan of entrepreneurs, and I love stories of people who turn their hobbies into their passions and then into amazing businesses. So as much as I'm interested in it, our listeners are even more so. So excellent. Abby, if you could kind of tell us a little bit about the journey of what you were doing and how it led to this.
Yes. So I'm an unintentional entrepreneur is what I like to say.
I like
so
that.
I was working I had a job in corporate America for about 15 years. And in 2012, I had lost all passion, to be quite honest. So I was going through the motions. I had 2 young kids. And I was like, man, I don't even know who I am anymore. You know, it was just this struggle on a daily basis. And so I was determined to kind of figure out who I was. And so I started a blog about high heels because high heels had always been my thing. Like I just have this love and passion for high heels. And so I started a shoe blog in 2012 called Mama's Shoes. And I wrote to it maybe every 3 weeks. It was not a stressful endeavor. I had a whole whopping 36 followers. I was not looking to monetize this blog. It was simply a passion project for me.
Okay.
Fast forward to 2014, and I was doing some research as to what to post, and had typed in Google, how to wear high heels without pain, and stumbled upon a forum where 2 women were talking about this insole called Insolia. I was like, why have I never heard of this thing? It sounds absolutely amazing. So I called up the chairman of the company and I said, I wear high heels every day. I write a shoe blog about high heels. Why have I never heard of your product? And his response was, we're a bunch of MIT engineers trying to market this product to women. And so at that point, in my copious spare time, being a full-time working mom of two, I was like, he had sent me samples and I had worn them in Vegas and I had fallen in love with them. And for anyone who wears high heels in Las Vegas, that is like absolutely killer. So for me to be able to wear high heels, and I didn't actually want to take off these high heels. So I wore them one night and I'm like, my feet don't hurt. So I wore them the next day to breakfast. And then and like, finally I was like, I want to go to the pool. I got to take off my high heels. But I fell in love with them. And so I called them back up and I was like, look, I'll take a cut of incremental sales and help you market this product. And they had pivoted their company and their board had decided that they didn't want to do direct to consumer anymore. And so he came back and said, hey, you want to become our exclusive distributor of this product in the United States and Canada? And it was an instantaneous yes. Like my body said yes without me logically thinking through this. And so I didn't know the first thing about starting a business. I didn't know the first thing about marketing a consumer product. I didn't know anything. And so I spent the summer of 2014 literally drinking from the fire hose, launched this business in October of 2014.
Okay.
And then was granted the worldwide distribution. So I'm the exclusive distributor worldwide for this product. And we closed 2018 with $4.3 million in sales.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. So it has been an unbelievable journey, so much fun. And I am so incredibly honored to be able to talk about high heels every day.
So I want to get a little technical because while I am a man, I choose not to wear high heels.
Yes.
My question to you...
I don't judge.
My question to you is this. What exactly is going on in the technology of your product?
Yes.
That is, I guess, making wearing high heels more comfortable.
So in a standard 3-inch heel, 75% of a woman's body pressure is on her forefoot. Okay. So that is like a lot.
Toes, like on the front. Okay,
yes. So that is a lot of pressure, a lot of pain. Our insole, which is unlike any other insole, most insoles on the market, I should say, cushion or pad the forefoot. So when you step, there's some cushion there, and it gives the illusion that it's cushiony and helping your foot. Those insoles need to be replaced every 6 months, aren't necessarily ergonomically correct for your foot. Our insole actually rotates the heel bone up and back at the ankle. So there's an equal distribution of weight between the front of the foot and the heel, and it stops the foot from slipping forward into the shoe. So it is scientifically superior to anything else on the market. Yeah, it's an amazing product. And of course I'm biased, but there's nothing else like it on the market for sure.
So Abby, this is, I guess, a good question that if you put this into the shoe itself, I'm imagining it's something thin. Is it clear? Is it something that you could see if someone was looking from the outside at your shoe?
No. So this is another thing that differentiates us from others on the marketplace. It is slim, discreet, invisible. So it's made out of a clear resin material, measures less than 7 inches long. So nothing goes under your forefoot, and it's less than 0.5 centimeters thick. So it doesn't push your foot out of the shoe. Women love it because oftentimes women buy shoes as a status symbol. For instance, Christian Louboutin shoes. Mm-hmm. You don't necessarily want to cover up your Christian Louboutin logo on the inside of your shoe, even though you do want to make it more comfortable. So one of the things that ladies love about our insoles is that they are clear and invisible into the shoe. Because they are slim, women can also wear these with open toe, open back, strappy sandals, a whole variety of shoes without it being seen.
Okay, I've got more technical questions as if I had anything to ever do in the footwear industry, but I'm so curious.
I love it though. I love it.
Okay, so first of all, are there limitations? And what I mean by that is I have seen women wear heels that could range anywhere, as you just said, from 3 inches to as high as 6 inches in some cases. Is there some angle geometric limitation to what your product can actually help? Like, is there some steep incline that's just too much?
Well, there is always some steep incline that is too much. We So our insoles are designed for any style of shoe with a 2-inch heel or higher. So it could be a wedge, a boot, a stiletto, a pump, whatever style of shoe with a 2-inch heel or higher. Now, oftentimes with those 6-inch heels, they have a platform on the front of the shoe. So the incline isn't truly a 6-inch incline. It's probably a 4-inch incline or a 4.5-inch incline. While women have had success with ridiculously high heels with our products, we don't claim to make torture devices.
Right, like stiletto heels or something.
Yes. But that said, I mean, I wear 4-inch heels are my go-to, and I can wear them all day without even questioning it with our insoles. So, one of the things that we pride ourselves on, and one of my missions, is anyone who wears any style and type of heel should give our insoles a try, because it may work for you, it may not work for you. But if it doesn't work for you, we offer a 100% money back guarantee. Okay. So yes, we believe so much in these insoles that we will return and refund your money.
Hey there! If you're enjoying how Lou is connecting with this guest in this interview, then just imagine how impactful he can be in person. As an international speaker and consultant, Lou Diamond is all about getting organizations to thrive through the power of connecting. To learn more about how you can hire Lou to speak at your company, your conference, or your next event, head on over to loudiamond.net and click the Book Lou button to learn more. He'll truly get everyone to thrive loud. All right, let's get back to the show.
So let's. I want to understand more about the business side of Abby Walker here, because this is really interesting. Here you were, unhappy, unsatisfied, being a mom, as I read in the bio, in this corporate America, a certain age range, a certain part of the country.
Yep.
And now you become basically this high-powered salesperson / entrepreneur running your own company.
Yes.
Okay, so I guess I want to ask the question, one, would you have ever thought that this was something you wanted to do from a long time ago, that maybe the opportunity hadn't present to run your own business?
Absolutely not. I still to this day don't feel like I have an entrepreneurial bone in my body. Like when I looked, even I would say 10 years ago, when I looked at my career and what I wanted to do with it and how I wanted to live my life, it would have been running a corporate communications department in a Fortune 500 company. Like I had drunk the corporate Kool-Aid for so long that I literally wanted to stay in corporate America and grow my career in there. And it was all about climbing the ladder and getting that status title and all of that sort of stuff. But I quickly grew tired of it. And so it was funny looking back on my job choices over the past couple of years, like past, I would say, decade. I was moving to smaller and smaller and smaller companies. And so while I guess starting the blog was kind of my first, hey, what would happen if I wanted to do things for myself? But never in a million years did I envision myself running a company, much less a multi-million-dollar company. So
now let's go through where you are now and where you want this to go. First of all, I'll ask some basic questions, and we'll get to this in the plug section to find out where you can get this. Most of this is online on websites. Is the only place that you can purchase this. This is all online, no storefront properties, or are they? Okay.
So I'll just kind of explain my mission as a CEO. So I really started this because I was sick of sending my children to daycare. And so I wanted to be home. I wanted to walk them to school, and I wanted to walk them home from school and to get them to their after school activities. I hated putting my kids in daycare. Now, when they were little, I think they learned a ton in daycare. But as they grow older, I was like, I really want to be home for my kids. And so my mission, while money, top line revenue is absolutely phenomenal, and paychecks and bonuses are beautiful, and who would say no to those? My ultimate mission is peace and freedom. And so I know you're going to ask some questions here, but I have designed my business and my operations for peace and freedom, not necessarily for rapid scale and growth.
Okay, so let's go exactly with this. What does peace and freedom mean to Abby Walker?
It means no investors, i.e. no bosses. It means no employees, i.e. zero responsibility to anyone other than my family. And I don't have to pick up the phone for anyone that I don't want to. So I don't have employees and I don't have investors. I have absolutely phenomenal partnerships with contractors, but I have set it up so that, and every one of my mentors is like, you're introducing conflict into your supply chain. You are spending a premium on talent because you could consolidate 3 of those contractors into one person and pay them less. And that does not matter to me at all. It is so easy for me to manage contractors. And if their performance is poor, I don't have to put them on performance improvement plans. I simply cancel our contract and I put someone in there to manage whatever they were managing.
This is actually really great. I want the Thrive Loud listeners to take this part in. A lot of entrepreneurs or a lot of people who come up with business ideas, they write down a goal or a mission as to why they want to be in business. And yours, to your point about your freedom and the ability to be with your family and not have a boss and be able to make that the priority versus millions of dollars or money or whatever it might be, is although that seems to be happening, is a really important part of living and breathing your purpose every day. And
right.
to maintain that and to keep that no matter what the distractions or what the industry is, and keep that level of focus is really what Thrive Loud is all about. And I love that mission, and kudos to you for doing that.
Well, thank you. And I'll tell you, as committed as I am to that, it is so hard not to be distracted by big opportunities. I'll just be quite honest. So I've turned down Shark Tank twice. Mm-hmm. I have been in discussions with Nordstrom and decided not to do retail. I have, there are just opportunities that, come along that it would be very easy to get distracted and to kind of be taken off your course. And I have to remind myself of what my mission is and what truly makes me happy, probably 4 times a year, because there are opportunities that come along. And if they're not, again, in alignment with what I want to do or how I want to live, while it's hard to say no or no thank you or pass up on some of these opportunities, it feels so good after the fact.
No, that's a great point. So now let's ask this question, and I'm so curious to know where this goes. I ask just about every guest that comes on this program, Abby, when you have trouble thriving in getting your business in the way it wants to be, or you get all these distractions and there are things that are keeping your eye off the ball.
Yep.
Who or what practice do you seek to get yourself back on the thriving track?
I have an EFT practitioner. Emotional freedom techniques. It's tapping. For those who are familiar with that, I have been doing that. Honestly, 6 months after I started Vivian Lou, I knew I was the one who was going to be holding the company back. The product was phenomenal. There was a right market for this. And I just internally, I knew I had struggles in putting myself out there and truly acting as a CEO of a company. And so I sought the advice and expertise of an EFT practitioner at the recommendation of a colleague. And I still have a call with him every week. Every single week, I have a call with him.
That's great. And I like this. Focused and standing 3 inches taller than you normally are. It's all. So I learned this on the pre-call on this. Can you share with the listeners the significance of Vivian Lou, the name itself?
Yes. So I struggled with what to name this company. So I knew I wanted to give this company a name with a personality. And I thought the best way to do that was to give it an actual name. And I struggled with what to name it. And so I actually put together a list of like 10 attributes of the women who I wanted to serve. Like, she stands tall and shines bright. She can accept a simple compliment with a thank you. Just very basic attributes of the women who I wanted to serve. And one night after dinner, I actually sat down my husband and I was like, Bill, what name comes to mind when I read you these attributes? And without even taking a breath or second guessing, he's like, Vivian. And I was like, oh my gosh, Vivian Louise, who at the time happened to be our 3-year-old daughter and did not wear high heels, but she absolutely met every single one of these attributes. And so as soon as he said that, it was like a light bulb went off. I'm like, yes, that is it. And so I ran downstairs and I was like, what domain name is any combination of Vivian Lou or Vivian Louise? And like Vivi Louise was like a pinup model, and like there's a whole bunch of them. And so Vivian Lou was it. It was available. It was perfect. And that's how we got started.
So, Abby, now I'm going to ask the question because this one is still making me smile every time I say it, and I'm trying to keep a straight face. You have written a book, and
yes.
Strap it on. And by the way, listeners, don't Google it. We will send all the links in the show notes on where to actually find the book. But strap it on.
Strap on a pair.
Strap on a pair. Yeah. Sorry. I just made it way worse than it would be. Strap on a pair. Yes. So strap on a pair, where talk about what this message is within this book that you wrote.
Yeah. So in 2017, there was just, well, I'll rewind back. So in 2016, I had a sales coach, Ursula Menchez. She's absolutely phenomenal. At the time, the company was not making money, and I had a one-day session with her, and she told me to map out a $500,000 a year. And it literally made me want to throw up. Like, it was just like, there's no way I'm going to map out $1 million or $500,000 a year. So during that session, she, helped me map this out. And she kept telling me, as I was leaving this session, she looked directly in my eyes. She goes, I need you to keep notes on your journey, because one day you're going to have a story to tell. And I was like, who's going to want to read a story about a struggling entrepreneur who is trying to make it and has no idea what she's doing? But I did. And there was something in me, I had flown to see her, and on the airplane that night, I started to take notes of where I'd been, thoughts I had had, struggles I had gone through. And so in the beginning of 2017, it just hit me that I needed to share my story, because I had closed 2016 with covering my corporate salary and walking away from corporate America. So it was this kind of full circle of me wanting to leave corporate America, all the struggles I had faced, and then me finally being able to cover my lost corporate salary. And it was a mission for me to help women who feel stuck in their good life, to try and help them, or inspire them to take their first step or their next step towards their something more, whatever that looks like for them, whether it's exercising more, or being more creative and starting an art project, or starting their own business or whatnot.
Abby, it's impressive. And I keep laughing about this because, we've had a lot of great entrepreneurs in the program. And I'm just, as you mentioned, the Shark Tank thing. And I just recently watched an episode, former Thrive Loud guest, Jesse Itzler, who's married to Sarah Blakely.
Yes.
And I keep thinking, this is like, here, she invented a product which basically was the modern day girdle, for lack of a better word, in Spanx. Yep. Which obviously is $1 billion company. And she continues to run it that way. And she's had numerous opportunities to sell it and whatnot, but instead she made it her own brand. Now here you are right here, and obviously there's lots of opportunities that can make this company grow, or other people that want to do that. With all that temptation or all that marketplace out there, or maybe even future competitors that can come in the market, I guess I want to ask you, what is the fear that you have that keeps you up at night around this component of the business?
Yeah, so it's product expansion. Like, where do I go next, and how do I best serve my existing customers and future customers? I've toyed with the idea of starting my own shoe line, and that just was an instantaneous no after we had gotten some samples back. The only reason being, I think it's a brand risk, actually, for Vivian Lou to manufacture its own line of shoes. So what products do my customers need going forward? How can I better serve them in shoes or beyond shoes? What does that look like, and how can I best serve them?
I like it. I'm impressed with you. I got to tell you, Abby, and I've heard you laugh a lot, which was, we get this big loud cackle every now and then, and it must be, I think it's because you should be laughing, because you're laughing all the way to the bank. You have a great business going on here. I think this is smart, really keen, and I mean, I can't even begin to tell you how many times my wife has complained about wearing shoes for an event or a party or whatnot. And obviously there's nothing really comfortable about this, yet you're trying to improve something that is a clear problem. What problem do you solve, and who do you serve? And you've got that lock, stock, and barrel.
Dialed in. Yes. Yep.
Really smart.
It is a very obvious pain point and a very physical pain point.
Totally unbelievable. Abby, let's do this right now. Let's get the admin part of the show out of the way. Can you share with all the Thrive Lab listeners all the places people can find you, learn about Vivian Lou, website, social media, any special promotions, offers? We will put it all on the show notes, but it always comes better when they hear it from you.
Absolutely. So you can find Vivian Lou online at vivianlou.com, vivianlou.com. We're also on Amazon. So if you're an Amazon shopper, you can find us there. You can also find the book Strap On a Pair at Amazon. That's the best place to get it. You can follow Vivian Lou at iHeartVivianLou. You can follow us on Facebook and on Instagram at that handle, iHeartVivianLou.
Gotcha. We will put all the links in a wonderful picture of Abby here in red. What's with the red? You just love red? It's always been your thing?
It's just my thing. I love it. I love it.
Okay, 2 last questions here because an extra bonus one went into my brain. We'll go with the standard Thrive Loud question here to get you stirred up, and I want to see where this goes. Abby Walker, your all-time favorite movie?
Love Actually.
Oh, that is a great movie. It's the montage of like every British actor there ever was in the modern era.
Yes, I know. I love it. It makes me cry every single time.
The scene that is just running through my mind, I do love the scene with the Christmas caroling, and he's got the signs.
Yes, I know. I know. Doesn't that just melt your heart? I'm like, oh. It breaks your heart.
There's that, and then of course marching through some town in Portugal or whatever it is.
Right. That's my husband's favorite sequence. Is that one?
Miss Dunkin' Donuts 2003 or whatever it is.
Yes, you got it.
Okay, so now this is something I'm not going to have an opinion on, but I want to hear your opinion.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite pair of shoes that you prefer, or brand of shoes that you like better than most?
Oh, I don't want to become a shoe brand. Okay, I'm just going to be very honest here. Sam Edelman and Kate Spade love their shoes. I have never worn a pair of Christian Louboutin shoes because they kill. They are so uncomfortable. They hurt my feet. But women love pairing Christian Louboutin shoes with Vivian Lou insoles because we've gotten tons of reviews saying that they can now wear their shoes because of our insoles, which is awesome. But I do not wear a Christian Louboutin.
I look forward to following your journey here, Abby, because something tells me there's some moment in here where you're able to make an unbelievable connection through all of this that still enables you to live what you want to do in your purpose, but takes this Vivian Lou brand even to a higher level. And I'm really glad you came on Thrive Loud today, because hopefully that'll be the start of communicating some of this stuff out.
I love it. Thank you so much for having me on.
No, absolutely, Abby. And to all the Thrive Loud listeners out there, thank you for joining us. And until next time, keep thriving onward and upward. And remember, be brief, be bright, be gone.
Anything to put off actually running the country.
Now, which doll should we give Daisy's little friend Emily? The one that looks like a transvestite or the one that looks like a dominatrix?
Hiya, kids. Here's an important message from your Uncle Bill. Don't buy drugs. Become a pop star and they give you them for free.
10 minutes at Elton John's, you're as gay as a maple.
Man's got to do what a man's got to do.
All I want for Christmas is you.
You've been listening to Thrive Loud with your host, Lou Diamond. Make sure to subscribe on iTunes, Overcast, or wherever you get your podcasts. And follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Thrive Loud. Or find us on the web at thriveloud.com.